Taylor coming at you guys. I'm sorry that I'm kind of lacking off and everything, but I'm going through a lot. But I just wanted to say the subject today is jealous people, okay? And we have them in all different breeds, sizes, races, colors. It doesn't matter, black, white, woman, man. It's we have it, and but we have a lot of it in the black race, and this is something that I want to address with the black people for as jealousy, because we really need to stop with it. Okay, now the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because a couple of you people know where I've been in the past and what I've been doing and everything, but it's always one you have. And for as being jealous of what's going on, hoping that you don't get ahead, trying to pull you down, spreading rumors, talking behind your back, trying to make you look bad in front of other people so that they don't give you praise, other things, all things like that. And we have a lot of that in our black community, and something needs to be done. We need to stop with that. Okay, because my thing is, as my grandmother used to say, don't worry about what's on, in front of my door. You need to worry about what's up under your door. Sweep under your door before you could come sweep under my door. Okay, because my thing is, you don't know what a person has gone through. You don't know what a person's going through, and you're causing trouble. And as far as black people, we need to stop doing that. Don't be jealous of what another person has done or is doing, or what is they going through, because see, you don't know if they went through hell and back, what they had to do, what they had to give up. That is nothing to be jealous about. And not only that, if they can do it, you can do it too. If anything, we need to be happy about one another prospering, one another growing, one another getting a better job, one another moving out of the hood. You know what I'm saying. We need to be proud of one another. We need to help one another. And see, I'm not praising other races or anything like that, but you know what? My thing is, I do look at other races, because if one person in their community falls down, everybody else comes around and they help pick them up, and they help them back on their feet. In a black neighborhood, we don't do that. We don't stand with each other. We don't help one another out. Oh well, it's not it's not my situation. Yeah, I feel bad for them, but I'm not gonna give no money. I'm not gonna help nobody out. It ain't me. That's the kind of attitude that we have. Instead of saying, you know what, let me step in here and help my sister or help my brother out to do this. We're so big on trying to tear each other down and not try to give moral support. It's not always about financial support, but financial support does help too. You can go out and get buy this, these little things and that little things that you really don't need, but for a good cause, you don't really want to do it. And we need to come up out of that. We need to stand together. We need to do what we need to do for us, teaching our kids how to go to school, stay in school, get a good education, study hard, take up, something that they want to proceed with in life. We just can't just say, well, if you don't go to school, you don't go to school. Shoot. A lot of people say, I ain't finished school. But you know what? That's not the way you want to do it. And I've heard parents say that, because I ain't crap, you ain't going to be crap. That's not how you want to do it, because each generation is supposed to be better. I finished school. I finished college. I want my kids to finish school. I want my kids to finish college. I want them to buy a house, a car, get married, have kids, do things that, each generation gets better and better and better and better. And that's where a lot of generational curses start at, because well, this great grandparent didn't graduate school, or didn't, but had a second grade education, and it didn't get any better. And so what my thing is, we're so busy hating on one another. We're so busy trying to kill one another. We're so busy trying to tear each other down, but we're not once have I heard, okay, let's go over here. Miss Johnson's house is falling apart. Let's go in and help her get her yard together. Let's help her get her house together so that she can keep her house, that she don't have to go out and take that second loan out and lose her home to a bank. Okay, and not only that, but keep that home in a black neighborhood, a black family that can use it, even if Miss Johnson got knock on wood, but dies, and she wants to leave that home to her kids. That's how you help one another out. Other races, they help one another out. They see that, they'll go to church and they talk to the pastor. The pastor will say, you know what? Let's get a crew together, and we're going to go over here, and on a Saturday we're going to tear down these walls and get everything up and going, and keep things decent, so they can live in this house and they can keep their house. That's how they work. Now, a lot of people is going to get upset about what I'm saying. A lot of people are going to be offended about what I'm saying. But you know what? I'd rather for someone to tell me about what's going on, and then somebody talk behind my back. Okay? Now, like I said, I'm not a jealous person. I always try to tell it how it is. A lot of people don't understand that. And a lot of times people be like, it couldn't be me. Or she thinks she better than me because she this and she that. No, I don't. Because first of all, I took the time out. I took the time out to do what I need to do. For as going to school, I took the time out to get myself a degree. I took the time out to raise my kids. I took the time out to do what I'm supposed to do. Not saying that nobody else has, but you know what? The ones that have, we need to take the time out to teach the other ones how. Don't think that because you done got yourself up here that you supposed to look down on people. She's beneath me. He's beneath me. No. If anything, you need to pull each other up so that we can have stores in our own neighborhoods, that we can have homes that we don't have to keep constantly borrowing off of, that we can have hospitals and businesses and colleges that our kids can go to. But we have to start with our own. We can't always blame everybody else for what our faults are, okay? And I understand that y'all have a lot of anger about what's going on out here, but it's you have to start with self first, okay? You have to look, as Michael would say, the man in the mirror, the person in the mirror. You need to look at the person in the mirror. What changes can you make about yourself? You can't get jealous of somebody else who's out here trying to do their own thing. You can't get jealous about what they have because they worked hard for it. You know what I'm saying? You can't get jealous of that. And a lot of times people sit back and they look at you and they think that you think that you're better than them because you have a better car and they don't. You know what? You have to do better than that. We have to do better than that. We have to help one another up. I am getting so sick and tired that we have such a jealous attitude about ourselves towards one another that we don't want to see one another grow. We don't want to see one another do the right thing. And we have to start with ourselves. We have to try to clean up our neighborhoods. We have to start doing what we need to do for as our kids. We have to do a lot of things far as uplifting ourselves, because first of all, you surround yourself with positive things that come to you. If you surround yourself with negative things come to you. You have to do the right thing, because if you don't, it reflects you, reflects your whole family, and that's again where the family curses come in at. Because you know what, you done fell, and then you done tripped everybody behind you that's trying to follow in you. You know what? Ask yourself, how many people in your family can you actually say, I look up to this person, or I look up to that person? Okay, yeah, you may have one or two, but you know what? You can do better. You can add to that list, because you know what? The little ones that's up under you, the younger ones that's up under you, they're looking for somebody who they can look up to. They're looking for somebody who they say, well, this is my aunt, or this is my cousin. They did this, they did that, and they made something of themselves, and you know what? They got all this here to show. And when you go to school and do what you're supposed to do, you're teaching everybody in your family, you're teaching somebody else in somebody else's family that it is possible to go out here and get an education and to be somebody. You know what I'm saying? I know it's not easy. No, I know that, okay? But you know what? It's we can do it. Let me just put it like that. We can do it. It's not no such thing as can't. Can't is not in my vocabulary, okay? And can't shouldn't be in nobody else's category for as vocabulary. Take that out, because it's not no such thing as can't. I can, I will, And once you put that thought, I will and I can, in your head, that's a positive note coming to you. That's a positive thing that you're adding on to your plate. You know what I'm saying? That's a positive thing to where you will succeed. God didn't put us on this earth to just sit and accept anything that just comes to us. God put us on this earth to fight for what we believe in. Not only just to fight for Him, but to fight for everything that we believe in Him. And if you put God first, everything that you put in front of Him, He will have for you. He will make it for you. He will make it happen for you. So therefore, let's not be jealous of one another. Let's not be a hatred towards one another because another person wants to do things and try to overcome a problem. We're so quick to tear one another down and not thinking that, how can I make myself better? It shouldn't be like that. How can we get mad over little things out here that's going on in the world? But it's the big little things can turn into big things. I understand that, but it's the little things that we need to work on for as ourselves. Because you know what? We can do it. Okay? Men, I know y'all ain't gonna want to hear this, and I'll probably be every bee in a book, but you know what? Stop drinking. Go out here, get a job. I know you guys that do have a job, stop drinking. Keep it. Get yourselves together. Put the beers down. Save your money. I hate seeing black men, every time they get a little bit of money in their hands, they run to the liquor store. Not all of you guys, but some of you guys. And this is for some of the guys that do that. Don't do it. Because you know what? You have a little one. You have someone that looks up to you. They may not say they look up to you, but you got somebody that's watching you. And you don't want that to be part of their personality. You don't want them to think that's okay to do. Come on now. It's one time, many years ago, you didn't hear about great-great-grandma and great-grand-grandpa fighting and fussing in front of the kids. They would send them out of the room, or they'll go into the bedroom, close the door, and they will They will argue, but not in front of the kids. We have, as people, have to stop doing that. Because you know what? When you look at the kids is our future. And if you're not raising them right, what kind of future we're going to have as we get older, they get older. So what kind of future do you want to have your kids to have? Or your the little ones, or the ones that look up to you? How you expect them to look up to you? And you always feel that we're being held back. But we're holding each other back from the things that we do. We need to stop. Instead of so much watching so much TV, open up a book. Educate yourself. Lubricate your mind. You know what I'm saying? Do something with yourselves. Stop thinking that it's I'm trying to find the right word without offending anybody, but we need to stop with the jealousy, honestly. And I love my black people, I really do. But sometimes you guys burn me up because of the fact that, like I said, we out here fighting in the streets about petty little things. Because you feel this person, oh, she called me a B. Oh, she did this and she did that. First of all, remember, they said the same thing about Jesus. They talked about Jesus behind his back, in front of his face, and everything. So you have to learn to let that go. Sometimes we don't understand why we go through the things that we go through. But you can say something. If you know a person is going through something, don't cause any more trouble. Because let me tell you something. When you cause trouble for somebody, I'm a true believer of karma. What comes around goes around, and it says that in the Bible. Not in those exact words, but it does says it in the Bible. You will reap what you sow. So be kind to one another. You don't ever know who you doing something to. It can be one of God's angels, or it could be one of the other kind of angels. But I'm going to tell you something. You don't want to fool with either one of them. So be kind. Love one another. Be considerate, compassionate, loving. Help one another out. Don't try to take advantage. If you see an opportunity, don't sit there and try to take advantage. Be honest about the whole situation. And this is just not the black men I'm getting on, it's the black women too. Stop being, laying around, getting fat, and want somebody to take care of you. Be your own person. If you want a good man in your life, and stop being jealous of this woman down the street because she got a good man. You got to put more of a challenge on yourself to where if a man approaches you, it's not that easy for him to get in. Simple as that. And if he don't pass your standards and your tests, move him along. Next. That don't mean sleep with him. But it's what I'm saying is that you be a lady, you put tests, and if these men can't pass the test and the task that you lay out in front of them, he's not worth your time or your effort. Just because the lady down the street found her Boaz, okay? And if you guys don't know who Boaz is, I'm pretty sure 99% of you guys do know who Boaz is. But the ones you don't, he was a character in the Bible, a guy in the Bible, not a character, but a true guy in the Bible that fell really in love with this one woman, Ruth. And He was considerate, loving, kind. He was the kind of man that you'll be looking for as today. And if you don't know, just look up the book of Ruth. And I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but Ruth. But look in the Bible for is that. And or you can look it up on a computer, because of the fact that every woman on the face of this earth is looking for that kind of man. And if you men out there are trying to get next to a woman, then you need to look at Boaz. And if you don't know about Boaz, then you need to read up on him to find out how he treated this woman. And that's how you need to treat the woman that you get. And when you do get the woman, don't change up on her, because first of all, a lot of men, they say, oh, she changed up because you changed up. And the same way I just told these women, if a woman don't fit your criteria, then you put her aside and say, okay, I need to try the next woman, because this is not going to work. And women, if you want to be approached like a woman and a lady, then that's how you carry yourself. And honestly, I don't respond to ignorant dudes. If a guy said, "Oh, I just want to see you walk," to me that's ignorant. It really is. I don't even want to hear that, because you know what? That's bull crap. That's not even a turn on. And women, you have to stop thinking that kind of talk is cute. It's disrespectful. Honestly. But my thing is, we have to learn as people, to learn to be happy for one another. And until we learn to be happy for one another, we're going to continue this violence against one another. I'm only trying to enlighten you guys on how we act. And if you don't think that I'm right, stop what you're doing. The next time you see commotion in the street, stop and look and think. Is this how other people see us? Is this how other races see us? How we acting? I know I'm not going to change anybody, but I'm only trying to open you guys' eyes to see how we're acting, how we need to get ourselves together, how we need to help one another, and stop hurting one another. Jealousy is an ugly thing. And that's one of the sins in the Bible. Jealousy. And we need to stop, and we need to help one another. And we need to get our kids in a better situation to where they can feel good about themselves. Because the way we're going now, we're not going to last too much longer, because of the fact that we are so jealous and so hateful for one another. It is crazy. If I got myself up and uplifted myself, you guys are supposed to pat me on my back and say, you know what? You do that, girl, because you know what? I know if you do it, I can do it too. And I'm going to make sure I do what I can to help you. That's how we work together to get ourselves up and going and feeling good. And not only that, then when I help this person help that person. And that person help another person. That's how you get a chain of things started. And that's how you start breaking generations